Welcome to AI for Good, the leading United Nations platform on artificial intelligence. Organized by the International Telecommunication Union, the United Nations Agency for Digital Technologies, in partnership with over 50 UN agencies, and co-convened with Switzerland. The mission of AI for Good is to unlock AI's potential to serve humanity. As a multi-stakeholder platform, AI for Good advances solutions, standards, and skills. In today's AI for Good event, we are counting on you to use the live video wall feature to ask questions and post comments to help create an engaging session. Boost your AI skills and elevate your career with the AI for Good Discovery Badge. Receive verified digital credentials that recognize your engagement in cutting-edge sessions, exploring how AI is being used to tackle global challenges. To see if a session is eligible, look for the blue badge banner on the right side of the video interface that activates at the end of each live session. Share your badge on LinkedIn and across your professional profiles, and check the AI for Good events webpage for upcoming eligible online sessions. Discovery Badge sessions are part of the AI Skills Coalition, ITU's global initiative to strengthen credible AI learning pathways and expand access to high-quality, trustworthy AI knowledge worldwide. We encourage you to stay until the end to chat, connect, ask questions, and network with our distinguished facilitators and world-class AI experts in the neural network. It is now time to kick off the session and welcome our first speaker. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Anna. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from me as well. My name is Guilherme Martin Roura from the International Telecommunication Union, and it is my pleasure to welcome you all to the AI for Good Innovation Factory Türkiye pitching session. Today's event is organized by the ITU under the AI for Good initiative in very close collaboration under the sponsorship of Akbank LAB. The AI for Good Innovation Factory is a global startup pitching competition and accelerator platform launched in 2020 by the International Telecommunication Union, the United Nations Specialized Agency for Digital Technologies. It serves as the leading UN-based pitching and accelerator platform that supports startups in scaling their AI-driven solutions to address global challenges. Today, we are bringing together 5 outstanding startups from Türkiye, each of them leveraging AI to develop innovative and impactful solutions. This session highlights the strength of Türkiye's entrepreneurial ecosystem and its growing role in shaping the future of AI for social good. Each year, hundreds of startups apply to participate in our pitching sessions, which take place across regions and sectors, including agriculture, climate, energy, healthcare, and smart cities. These events offer a unique opportunity to connect innovators with investors, industry leaders, and global stakeholders. The winning startup today will be invited to represent Türkiye at the AI for Good Innovation Factory Grand Finale, which will take place at the AI for Global Summit in Geneva from the 7th to the 10th of July 2026, where they will compete on a global stage for a top prize of $20,000 alongside some of the most promising startups from around the world. And without further ado, I would like to hand over to our moderator for today's session. Her name is Meltem Kudlu, and she is the Innovation Center Manager at Akbank LAB. Meltem, the floor is all yours.
Thank you, Guillaume. It's good to be back. Hello, everyone. Thank you all for joining us today, both on program and online. My name is Meltem, and I'm an Innovation Manager at Akbank's Innovation Center, Akbank LAB. It is my privilege to moderate today's AI for Good Innovation Factory Türkiye Spotlight session. As Akbank LAB and IMECE, which are the organizations behind the Refy Türkiye program, we are honored to partner with ITU in hosting this event for the second time in Türkiye. We extend our gratitude to ITU for this opportunity to collaborate and highlight Türkiye's AI for Good talent. This year, we have carefully selected 5 startups and organized a bootcamp focused on SDGs and impact-driven storytelling. These startups also benefited from one-on-one mentorship sessions with our SD Index. we would like to thank all of our mentors for their time and contributions. Today, 5 finalists chosen from 7 exceptional applications will present their innovative solutions to our distinguished panel of judges. The winning startup will represent Turkey at the grand finale during the AI for Good Global Summit in Geneva. Before we give start to the most exciting part of the day, which is the presentations, please let me introduce our esteemed panel of judges. First, please welcome Ali Şahin, General Partner of Founder One, Turkey's first impact-focused venture capital fund. Ali Bey, would you like to address our audience? I think you're on mute, Ali Bey. Sorry.
I'm so sorry. Hello to everyone. This is Ali Şahin, General Partner of Founder One, the largest impact fund in Turkey. We have invested so far in 43 impact startups in Turkey, early stage. 25 of them are AI driven. So that's why I'm very excited today as part of the jury of the AI for Good Factory program, and being very excited also to listen to our startups and their pitches. So like to be a very efficient and effective jury today.
Thank you, Ali Bey. Next, please welcome Professor Altan Çakır of Istanbul Technical University. Professor Çakır, in addition to his academic expertise, is the founder of Python Big Data, as well as the co-chair of AI Türkiye. Altan Hocam, the stage is yours.
Hi, Meltem. Hi, everybody. I'm really I'm really honored to be to be the jury in AI for Good, and I would like to really thank you to ITU and Akbank LAB for this privileged event. So I'm a professor in data science and AI in Istanbul Technical University, just the same ITU. So I'm really excited to be part of this event. Thank you, Meltem, and thank you, Ali Bey.
Welcome, Hocam. We are also honored to have with us Professor Dicle Yurdakul, who is a behavioral scientist and a neuroscientist. She is also a faculty member in business administration at Altınbaş University and the director of the Innova Research Center and Innova Lab. Dicle Hanım, would you like to say a few words?
Hello. It's really nice to be here with you, and it's an honor to be a part of the jury today. Thank you for your invitation, and I am looking forward for the pitches. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Joining us as well is Mehru Öztürk, General Manager and a founding trustee of the Turkish Entrepreneurship Foundation. She is also elected to be on the United Nations AI for Good Steering Committee. Thank you, yours.
Hi, everybody. My name is Mehru. I'm happy to be here. I'm the General Manager of the Entrepreneurship Foundation in Turkey. We are one of the biggest youth and entrepreneurship foundation in Turkey. Türkiye, sorry, I always forgot the new name. I'm also part of the AI for Good family. It's good to be here with this title also. Wish you luck in your presentation. I'm very happy to hear new ideas and new startups here.
Finally, a warm welcome to Osman Emre Geredeli, the Vice President of Akbank LAB. Emre, will you kindly share a quick word with us?
Hello, everyone. I think I have a problem with my camera. May I request some assistance from the technical team here? And actually, thank you everyone for joining us today. It's our pleasure to welcome you to the second edition of AI for Good Innovation Factory Turkey. And actually, this event is made possible through the partnership between Akbank, İMECE, and ITU, and also, of course, our esteemed juries, mentors, and our startups today. Thank you about the video. And then, actually, we made this event possible through our Refi Turkey program, which is actually we have championed the idea that the technology must be regenerative, meaning it should leave our social and ecological systems better than it found them. And actually, today's 5 startups represent this movement, and I am looking forward to hear them and listen their pitches. Thank you, Malta.
Thank you all. Now that we have met our esteemed judges, I would like to share a quick overview of today's format and guidelines. Basic rules are today, each startup will have 10 minutes to pitch their solutions. This will be followed by a 5-minute Q&A session with the judges. Lastly, startups will receive a notification when they have 1 minute left in their pitch. Everything set, let's welcome our first startup, Fluid. Yeah, are you ready?
Yes, I am ready. Hi, everyone.
The floor is yours, and you have 10 minutes.
Thank you. I'm going to share my screen. And can you see it? Sorry. Now, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Hi, everyone. I am Hülya, and I am founder of the Blueit. Blueit is a water tech startup that manages and optimizes water and wastewater processes in industrial facilities and commercial buildings. As you know, water crisis is increasing day by day, and lack of end-to-end visibility, decision made without actionable insights, water risk, regularity, and sustainability compliance gap, no ownerships, no targets, no accountability. Because of this reason, missed efficiency and reuse optimization opportunities, and of all these processes, fragmented water management is costing industries up to 15% in every year, and these percentages increasing day by day. And we offer water intelligence technologies for the facilities and commercial buildings. It's end-to-end platform, and we collect data from facilities and we integrate our platform, and with them we start to make several analyses about water risk, water targets, water management, and water opportunities for now and for the future. And how does our technology work? First, we integrate to water meters, and we start to collect data wirelessly. Our platform is hardware agnostic platform, and we can integrate any hardware system wirelessly. Then we collect data, and also we are developing a new technology. It's actually, we can say it's usable, minimum usable product, and we integrate to satellites. We collect meteorological and climate data such as groundwater data, humidity, temperature, and etc. From past and for the future. Then all these data we can integrate to in our platform. Then we start to make analysis. This analysis actually combine about water consumption, water quality, and also water climate data according to water stress. And we start to calculate water footprint, water anomalies according to facilities habits. Our algorithm learns the facilities habits according to their area and their area about their production. Then we calculate their how they can manage their water effectively and how their water risk change for now and for the future. We calculate 4 risks. First of all, environmental water risk. Second, operational water risk. Third one, reputational. And fourth one, regulational water risk. And we, end of all this process, we calculate the total risk, and we give the customers water action plans for now, for the future, for the decrease water consumption and increase the water quality in their facilities. And if we look to water markets, digital water market increasing day by day according to water regulations whole world, and according ESG applications, EU Water Framework Directive and Green Deal, these regulations imposing obligations on industries. Also, EU Commission's working on Blue Deal. So what we are talking about carbon emissions, we are going to talking more than carbon emissions on the water regulations. And we don't have any competitor in Türkiye, but we have a global competitor. But our full cycle water intelligence technologies and end-to-end technologies, also our hardware agnostic platform is make us a difference from our competitor. And we are on sales stage. We are working at more than 40 facilities in Turkey, industrially distressed Bleed in Turkey. Also, we have several partnerships, and we are going to operate in UK this year in the Q2. We are going to establish our company in the UK. I got the founder visa for the UK, so actually we are the process for the global area. Also, our journey started in 2021, and we have part of many global and local programs, and also our journey grow fast. Throughout 2025, we manage over than 70 million cubic meters in our platform. We detect more than 1,000 anomaly reporting with our platform, and it's increasing day by day. I am founder, I am biotechnologist, also MRS Master Science Software Engineer. He leads our technology. Also our expert team with environmental and computer engineering backgrounds. We are developing our water management technology. Also our advisors sharing their passion about with us. We raised twice until now, and also now we are on the investment round. We are looking for the $1.5 million in Series A. We will use this money for the expand the global area, UK and Netherlands area. Also, we are developing new technologies about water risk. Thank you for listening me and listen to the sound of water with Bleed. If you have any question, I can reply it.
Thank you, Hülya. Over to our judges.
Sorry if I speak very fast. I have limited time.
Judges, do we have any questions?
I might have one. Thank you for your presentation. I would like to ask about the regulatory compliance here. We know that it's an important market driver, especially in European markets. Do you have any kind of compliance process in that sense? And how long does it take for an industrial client to achieve compliance through your platform? Do you have such metrics?
Yeah, actually, we have compliance model in our platform. For example, in the Turkey, last year government published a regulation about water process, and they obligate on industry water tracking system. So with our system, they can easily integrate to these regulations, and also in a 1 week they can take the report with our system, and they can send to comply the regulation easily. Also in the global area, for example, CDP water security reporting and EU water and other regulations, they can integrate the report in a 1 click. So while we develop our technology, we try to comply the regulation, easily take the report from this platform.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I can also ask some questions, if I may. I can open it in a minute ago. Thank you, Hülya, for this great talk. I just try to understand how the plug and play methodology is working, because you can imagine that we have a number of like a water pipe entry in all the buildings. So you're just entering to building the main valve, or you just follow each of the building? This is one of the question. And then the second one, how you really make sure that they are running and properly, because you mentioned about and Wi-Fi and then some connection to the AWS, but in the meantime you mentioned that there's no need to be electricity on a real pipeline. So just trying to understand this whole operation and technologically there.
Oh, thank you for your question. Actually, we don't produce any hardware system. We have third-party sensors, and they are plug-and-play sensors. They have own battery, and until 2 years, they can run their own battery themselves. And our sensors, they can integrate easily on the water meters. For example, we can integrate 150 water meters in just 2 days, because if customer they want to integrate own by selves, they can integrate. Also, if they have if they want to help from us, we can integrate easily on the 2 days or maximum 3 days. That's all.
So you propose some kits for them so they can apply this such a kind of like a LoRaWAN integration. This is what you
Yes,
mean, right?
yes, it's right. It's the LoRaWAN technology, so that's easy for them.
So one final question, if I may, Meltem, I'm sorry. So just how you really measure the corresponding segment, for example, from flat to building to like a quarter of the city and then so on, so like such a kind of like a scalability. How do you measure this water consumption rate for in the different segments? So you show some screen, but I just trying to understand this, how you really optimize this efficiency in the context of the water.
If I understand you truly, our platform available for 80 sectors, for example, food and beverage, cement industry, chemical industry. When we are developing the platform, we adapt every sectors and every sector specifications in our system. So when customer come and integrate the system, when they select their sectors, everything changes according to their habits and sectors, design, and they can just start to in 1 day, and that's all.
Okay, thank you. I got it.
Thank you for your questions.
Are there any other questions? If not, yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you.
Now, kindly welcome Diltigo. Ahmet, the stage is yours. You have 10 minutes.
Hello, it's nice to be here. I'm sharing my screen. And this is my... Yes. Hello, my name is Ahmet. I am incredibly excited to share how we are using artificial intelligence to solve one of the most silent yet massive healthcare crises of our time. Sorry about that. Since we are all connecting through our screens today, I want you to imagine a scenario we all know too well. You have a brilliant idea, a rich and vibrant world in your mind, but your microphone is permanently stuck on mute. No matter how hard you to try, you just cannot share your voice with the people on the other side. Speaking is our most natural and true bridge to the outside world. But today, millions of children live this muted reality every single day. They are trapped in a profound isolation because this bridge is broken. At Diltigo, we are here to rebuild that bridge because we truly believe a child's speech changes the world. To understand the solution we have built, we first need to grasp the staggering scale of this crisis. We are not just talking about mispronouncing a few words. According to World Health Organization, 1 in every 12 children faces a speech or language disorder. That represents a massive 200 million children globally. And if you walk into any elementary school in today, at least 2 children in every classroom of 30 are suffering silence. But the real tragedy isn't just the disorder itself, it's the systemic failure of our healthcare infrastructure. The reality is that 90% of these children have no access to therapy process. And what about the lucky 10% minority who do? A child, they receive professional therapy for only about 2 hours a week. And a child has roughly 77 active waking hours at home. That leaves what we call the 75-hour silence. During that massive gap, all progress stalls, the child left unsupported, and parents are forced to be nothing more than helpless, quiet witness of their child's isolation. And what if technology could breach that exact 75-hour silence? Diltigo bypasses the traditional physical bottleneck by bringing therapy directly into families' home. We have created what we call triangle of care. In this triangle, our AI acts as a smart guide. The child is at the center, and most importantly, we empower the parent, turning them from a helpless witness into the ultimate hero of the therapy process. And we don't just send kids home with boring clinical homeworks. Our AI transform highly repetitive ASHA standard clinical exercises into hyper-personalized gamified missions. But here is the magic. While the child thinks they are just playing a game, our acoustic engine is working milliseconds. Our AI tracks microacoustic variations, metrics like jitter, shimmer, and harmonic to noise ratio to instantly evaluate voice stability and neural development. It's literally clinical grade therapy, cleverly disguised as play, followed by an instant virtual report for the parents. So, is it safe? Does it hallucinate? Diltigo is not an autonomous black box doctor making guesses in the dark. Our AI is strictly governed by 23-part Diltigo clinical constitution, which is deployed grounded in global WHO and ASHA standards. Furthermore, our models are continuously refined by a strict human-in-the-loop system. As you can see, over 1,000 expert therapists actively evaluate, score, and correct the AI's outputs based on more than 6,000 completed assignments. This active refinement of AI decision space ensures we remain clinical grade, GDPR, and hyper-compliant assistant with a professional conscience. The clinical rigor is exactly what separates us from everything else on the market. When you look at the existing solutions, Diltigo stands entirely alone in the top of right quadrant. We are defining a completely new category of care by uniquely combining high AI capability and high clinical focus strictly grounded in ICD-11 global norms. But clinical accuracy means nothing if it doesn't reach the people who need it most. To truly democratize speech, we had to solve the last mile problem. Diltigo isn't a luxury reserved for those with advanced technological infrastructure. Our acoustic analysis is powered by offline edge AI. This means our engine can run locally low-end devices without any internet connection. Combine it with highly accessible B2C subscription of just $18 a month. We are driving towards a sustainable $1.2 million ARR target while reaching the most disadvantaged geographies on the world. Our true impact goes far beyond completing thousands of therapy sessions. Our sessions is just an output. True impact is about systemic change. Actually, our ultimate goal is parent empowerment. We are building the groundwork for sustainable and confident progress. As Diltigo, we will leave behind a generation of parents equipped with the capability, knowledge, and confidence to support their child's neural development. And we are executing a very precise roadmap to make this global reality. 2024 was about building our foundation and product. 2025, we are validating the market and launching our AI agents alongside 6,000 assignments. Right now in 2026, we will launch our version 2 and complete our full clinical validation over 1,000 therapies. And in 2027, we aim for full global expansion, deploying our offline edge AI to empower families worldwide. And we also realize we cannot do this alone. Through the Iltigo campus and academy, we are actively building local capacity. We partner with universities and NGOs to train next generation of digital speech therapists. We are integrating our AI-assisted curriculums into academic programs and opening global distribution channels for undeserved populations. Diltico is built by a team where medicine meets enterprise engineering. CEO Dr. Berkan Pekyan brings medical expertise and startup scaling experience, while I serve as CTO, applying years of R&D leadership from Hapvogel and our AI architecture. With clinical guidance from Cambridge, Aydan Dumbak, our multidisciplinary team ensures therapy is not just digitized, but structural strength.
Minute left.
We are on a mission to reach 10 million children and 75-hour science globally by 2030. We are empowering every voice. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ahmet. I just would like to ask the first question. Altan Hocam?
Yes, I can start again. So, like I told you, I couldn't manage to open my microphone before. I couldn't miss the chance to digitally. But thank you, Ahmet, for this nice job and then this grateful product. I just take a note. So we starting from the patient side. So you mentioned about 100 million people. So in principle, I mean, this is the total market, of course, but this is basically needs some kind of classification because not all of them in the same therapeutic needs, and then there are some classification. I just try to architectural construction of my questions, and then the second things, we have a game, and then the game just basically this is also some different like type of games, in the context of like a visual inspect and a speaking inspect and so on. So there's a different classification. And of course, one of the critical things about the treatment, because you will get some therapy and then afterwards you will need to get some kind of evaluation metrics. So when you look from that architectural view, how do you really, to me, it looks like a lot of error propagation, might be error propagation, including from the AI side. Also, the AI, we have an hallucination issue. So just give me a kind of like, brief comment about this architectural perspective. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for question. Diltico is actually not generative AI. Diltico is a deterministic engine, actually guided by our 23-part clinical constitution and WHO and ESHA standards. It exclusively assigns validated exercises from closed-loop database also, and eliminating medical malpractice risk, actually. This is actually our clinical mode. An acoustic engine is not just a game, represent just games with, we replace simple games with a human in the loop architecture built in clinical rigor, actually. Diltigo as a guide for the parents, they are support child's neural development, actually, not a clinical decision maker actually AI is the most effective side is the game is also created by our expert therapists templates, and our AI make decision to hyper personalized and voice maths, children voice maths to personalize it and decide what he used actually exercise to children.
One final thing, just the metrics. So how do you really measure that is going effectively the product on the context of the
Yes,
therapy?
we are measuring the actually we are math of the voice. We are using the academical software Pratt and person mouth engine in our center core engine, and this mathematical data sets decide the AI for this data set personalized this practice exercises.
Okay,
Thank
you.
Since we have 2 minutes left, you're ready. Would you like to ask your question?
Meltem, may I ask the question?
Please go ahead.
Okay. Ahmet, thank you very much for a great presentation. Just a question about the missing cases. These accent dialects or speech problems of the children may cause problems in the training data. So my question relates to the training data. How does that look like in terms of age, the language and the type of speech problems? Because once you go live with that data set, you will notice that you will start missing cases. How do you handle these missing cases?
Actually, this disorder area is the lots of category and age groups, and we trained by the 1,000 therapists and 6,000 more assigned practice, and we will just not decide and make decision with AI to parents. AI is parents will evaluate and score our AI result actually, and we some information about children from the parents, and AI decide the small decision space. We are trained by 23-part clinical constitution actually, and the vector is the vector database is the child's progress insert the data and set the progress of children to homework to children's homework actually, to make more personalized and more clinical to make it.
Okay, so AI is assisting, not
yes,
orchestrator. Okay.
Of course. AI is the just the assist the hyper personalized exercises and fit the what is the fit the child's progress or and situations.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
We are unfortunately out of time for Q&A. Ahmet, thank you for your presentation.
Thank
and
you.
now we are on to our third finalist, just Labs. Tom, the stage is yours.
Hello. Thank you. Let me share my screen. Hi, thank you again. Welcome to everyone. My name is Hasan Geçelik. I'm the co-founder and the CEO of the company FarmLabs. Today, I'm going to introduce about our company and our precision agriculture platform called Agro4. The solution to the increasing food demand and resource consumption in agricultural production is possible by just optimizing the inputs used in the production phase. However, the currently used technologies are not financially and physically accessible for the small and medium-sized farms. These farms is also known as the family farms in the world. And these farms realize more than 80% of agriculture production on global scale. So this situation causes the main problem in agriculture production to remain unresolved. And this is a sub problem when we compare with the main problem. Another and the biggest problem is in agriculture production is the excessive and uncontrolled use of the fertilizers. So in global scale, farmers consume total of over 200 million tons of fertilizer annually, which makes nearly about the 35% of the total agriculture production cost. And besides all the known heavy environmental aspects, according to the one of the largest fertilizer manufacturer in the world, Yara, 1 kilogram fertilizer causes 5.6 kilogram of carbon footprint in environment. I'm sorry. So we directly focus on these two problems to create a solution, and we have developed a platform consist of both software and hardware. Our platform name is Agro4 and consists of a hardware side which directly make a variable rate fertilization process possible with the electronic components and some robot actuators. And also we have a software to is aimed to directly monitor the agriculture fields and analyzes via artificial intelligence to create prescription maps and imply in the field. How our platform is working, we have a mobile app. At first stage, farmers directly register their fields to the system, and then we are getting satellite imageries, and after then our AI process the all data and create prescription maps. Our hardware side is a retrofit kit directly adapt to any type of fertilizer spreader, make this variable rate application possible in the field with the retro type fertilizer spreaders, and it makes able to save 25% up to 25% of saving fertilizer without any yield loss. So farmer is able to realize fertilizer application with the 4R principle as right rate, right source, right place, and right time. Additionally, same Agro4 kit can be used with different type of fertilizer spreaders, both in seeding and fertilization stage, which provides single hub for all fertilizing processes in nearly 80% of the open field crops types for farmers. In the market, there are several players on both equipment and hardware sides. However, the competitive advantage of our system lies under the retrofit availability with a fully integrated decision support system and extremely competitive price. At this point, our most unique value proposition is, especially for small and medium-sized farms, is that we can integrate Agro4 with any type of tractor and conventional fertilizer spreader, unlike the solutions provided by companies such as Amazon, Bogbale, Rauch, and etc. So the market size, which has the potential to integrate with the Agro4 platform, addresses an end user group of over 12 million on the field monitoring software and nearly about 10 million of integration possibility with the tractors and the retro systems when we directly focus on the European and the Turkey market. In line with this approach, we created our software platform as B2C with a subscription-based and focused mainly. We use a software platform to reach the potential users of our hardware kit. And on the hardware side, we designed a B2B model based on the integration with the conventional agricultural machinery manufacturers at the production stage. Additionally, on coming terms, we are willing to reach to small and medium-sized farms by the hardware as a service and farming as a service model, by the way. So we have completed our proof of concept studies with the modernization of conventional fertilizer spreader, which is manufactured by the Türk Tractor. It's a CNH industrial joint venture company. And we have officially signed a collaboration agreement with John Deere. John Deere is also, which is one of the world's largest agricultural machinery manufacturer, to disseminate and implement our solutions in the different type of equipments and different type of agricultural machineries as well. And additionally, with our decision support system, we are serving we are monitoring nearly about 35,000 hectares of land in southeastern Anatolia, and we are providing our services over 10,000 of farmers. So after the establishment of the Farm Labs in 2021, with the 2024 and 2025, we have succeeded over $5,000 of revenue, both from the hardware and software sales. For now, we are continuing our activities with 7 full-time and 2 part-time consultants from various disciplines in Middle East Technical University, Technopolis. So this is the journey of the Farm Labs over the last 5 years, and highlight the major milestones of our company, starting from the foundation, and we directly create and establish strategic collaborations with the John Deere and Tractor to expand our solutions both in Turkish market and European market. And so with collaboration with the John Deere, we have opened a branch office in Madrid, Spain, John Deere's Parla Innovation Center. And these photos show some of our nearly 30 fertilizer spreaders operating in the field during the first quarter of 2026. And in just for this quarter, first 3 months of 2026, we achieved fertilizer saving of approximately 90 tons. And this corresponds to nearly about 500 tons of carbon savings directly in the field. Thanks for your interest.
Thank you, Ozan. Just in time. Judges, over to you for your questions. Janama, would like to go ahead?
Hasan, thank you very much for the presentation. I have a question about your partners, basically John Deere and CNH are your partners. But I might assume that they could copy your retrofit kit or buy a competitor. So what really prevents them from cutting you out?
Yeah, we have a part of 2 different accelerator programs, and we have directly met with these partners in these programs. I just started from the John Deere side. We have met with the John Deere and in 2022 under the program of the European Institute of Technology Food Accelerator Network program in Bilbao. We are an alumni of this accelerator, and John Deere's Madrid CEO is directly mentor of our company. So after the accelerator program, we have made a collaboration with them, and we have made an agreement We directly integrate our solutions for their high-value crop implementations in Europe. And still our project and our collaboration is still continue this process. Another side in Türk Tractor and the CNA side, we directly create a collaboration in 2023 with them. Yes, you are right. Why they cannot copy it? This is a various discipline actually, because the main focus of Türk Tractor is in manufacturing tractors, not the spreaders, not the agricultural equipments as well. So this is the one of our advantage, and the second of this is a multidisciplinary area in engineering side, because you directly face with the remote sensing, electronics, mechanics, and in the program side, you need mobile developers, web developers as well. I guess the system is more complicated for their huge body, I think, because they are not behave as agile. So for now, in all Türk Tractor stores, you can find our solutions with our logo in the market.
Good news then. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Other questions?
I can ask if nobody going to ask. I would like to thank you, Hassan, for your nice presentation. I just trying to understand. Actually, I listened this pitch deck, I think, before, if I'm not mistaken. But I want to ask how the satellite and then the IoT devices are just communicating from that perspective, and then I think the weather is unpredictable things, and how this farmer can be really identify their optimal solution before anything happened to their in soil. So this is what I'm trying to understand.
Yeah, in the data processing side, we not only directly work with the satellite imagery, but for now in our system, we directly get two different satellite imagery supplier. We have two different satellite imagery supplier. The first one is the European Space Agency Sentinel-2 satellites. The second one is the Planet company satellites. European Space Agency satellites provides us each satellite imagery up to 5 days for each field. And in the Planet side, we are directly get satellite imagery every day by day, for each field. So our system getting satellite imagery, getting meteorological data services, and combine this all data within a phenological structure. The phenology mean the life cycle of a crop. How can I say? It starts with the seeding and ends with the harvest, and this period is called as phenological cycle. So our system directly create models for the phenology, not only get data from the satellite imagery, but also we are getting data from the meteorological data sources, then create classified maps that identifying the high potential areas by analyzing the biomass structure and analyzing the efficiency status of the soil as well. And then create prescription map and imply in the field with our kits. And our kits directly reach to the cloud by the same username and password that farmer used in our mobile app.
Okay.
Thank you. The time is up for the Q&A. Now we are on to the next presentation. Please welcome Rersam to the stage. Gemma, thank you, yours.
If you would give me the sharing opportunity, I'll be sharing. Yeah, perfect. So I believe you can see my screen, and I'm giving the start right now. So hello, I'm Egemen, one of the co-founders of Rersam. today I'm connecting from Berlin. I'm at a health tech conference. I hope the background is not, noise is not bad. But today I'm very happy to present to you a great project that we started with Özge, Çağatay, and I 3 years ago, approximately 2.5 years ago in Turkey. It starts from my times back in the corporate life. So we all come back from the corporate life, but I was working in Pfizer as marketing director for all the hospital products in Europe, and I had 53 countries. So among those 53 countries, there was one single problem, especially about the rare diseases. Sometimes we had the medicine to cure patients, but we couldn't diagnose those patients on time. And then we built an excellent team to find a solution for this with this vision. So we would like to provide timely and accurate diagnosis for all at every age, in any community, in any geography. And we would like to do it with trustworthy AI. And today, the big topics that we're touching are the good health and the well-being and the reduced inequalities for the United Nations Development Plan. Here, I would like to introduce you to 4 little friends of ours generated by AI, Ayşe, Noemi, Liu, and Christoph. So these 4 little children actually almost have nothing in common. They don't come from the same country, they don't share the same ethnicity, and they don't have the same background. However, the only thing that they have in common is that they're all rare disease patients, one by one. And when we talk about the rare diseases, globally, there are 400 million patients. And if we consider this as a nation, one of the nations of the United Nations, it could be the 3rd biggest country in the whole world. And let's say the citizens of that nation has 2 pathways in front of them. One is a fulfilling life, and the other is lifelong severe disabilities or even mortality. So what is the thing that differs if a citizen would go one way to the other? So the early diagnosis is key for having a fulfilling life, especially for for rare disease patients. Unfortunately, today early diagnosis is not there. 50% of those patients are never diagnosed. And the ones who are diagnosed, they have a delay of 5 years, which results in severe comorbidities. And in some diseases, it goes up to 20 years. So what is the result? They might lose their kidneys, they might lose their eyes, even intellectual capacities. And when we dig deeper into why is this happening, we see basically 2 main reasons. One is the complex medical records in the hospital systems. Actually, these medical record systems, they are not designed to help physicians diagnose or treat. They're designed to store data. And in addition to that, there are 7,000 rare diseases, which makes it impossible for a human physician to be aware of all of it. At RareSum, we look at the 2 different solutions with 2 different problems with 2 different solutions. One is our medical grade language models and NLP models that curates the complex medical data. And once that medical data is curated, we push this data in our algorithms, in our proprietary algorithms, for raising a flag if a patient has a rare disease risk factor. And what is the responsibility of RareSum? It is to increase the first suspicion. We are not a diagnostic tool, we are a decision support tool. And we always have a human in the loop that the doctors, they take the final decision of diagnosis and treatment by further analysis in the labs, either with genetic tests or enzyme tests. So I'm sure Mr. Altan Çakır is going to ask me questions about this slide. And here, what is the difference of RareSum and to the other models? First of all, these models, they do not have very good understanding of the context. For example, an abbreviation of MR might mean in a radiology service that it's magnetic resonance, but the abbreviation in pediatric psychiatry will be mental retardation. So these are 2 different things. And we fine-tune our models with this knowledge. Hallucinations, when you talk about medical data, we cannot let our models hallucinate in big quantities. And also, we have a deterministic structure. So there are 2 important things as well that we were talking about compliance. compliance is built from day zero in VeriSum. And in 2024, EU AI Act was published and saying that for any AI models suggesting any medical recommendations, they need to have explainable results. Generalist models, they don't explain, and even worse, they hallucinate when you ask them for references. But VeriSum provides transparent results, and we're working in the hospitals without sending the data into the cloud. So now I'm switching back to the algorithms. Now we have more than hundreds. And how we chose them was that we prioritize the ones which have a cure and has a difficult diagnosis journey. And talking about the treatment and cure, unfortunately, 95% of the diseases, they do not have a cure yet. And what we can do now in 2026, thanks to gene therapies starting from 2012 and the machine learning, we can find cure for these diseases. And in the last 5 years, 52% of all the medicine approved by FDA was targeted for rare disease. And we do our share as well as VeriSum. We built a consortium with 5 different university hospitals in Europe with the support of Erdera, that VeriSum is going to provide all the clinical data in deep phenotypical structure for our clinical knowledge graphs. And the hospitals, they're going to provide the multi-omics data so that we can find new gene targets for drug development, new biomarkers for early diagnostics, or new diagnostic pathways. So we have done so many things in the last 2.5 years. Before I move to the impact part of VeriSum, I would like to go over what we have done. So we were founded 2.5 years ago. We did clinical validation, got investment. And last year, in September, we got the first prize in Europe for the best health tech AI company for diagnostic rare diseases by EIT Health. So this also helped us boost our, let's say, exposure. And now we have lots of partnerships, and we are approved by the Turkish Ministry of Health in Turkey. And we are doing all the necessary paperwork for CE mark and the FDA approvals next year. And by the end of the year, we're going to go slowly global. So I talked about like the business side of things a little bit, but I would like to go back to the burden of rare diseases. Actually, there's also an invisible burden for the patients, families, and the societies. So equal access to healthcare is not happening. So if you are living in a city close to a reference hospital, yes, you can get diagnosed maybe in 1 year, but the patient living in the rural areas, they have to visit 30 doctors before getting a diagnosis. So if we can have VeriSum, because VeriSum can access to those hospitals, we can enable them for earlier treatment. Gender equality, what is it to do with rare disease? But it is so important because the caregiver is usually the mother. If we cannot treat those patients, the mother has to be the caregiver for lifelong. So they're driven out of the workforce. They cannot join the tea parties as other people do. And this is a huge responsibility. And fathers, sometimes they have to work for 2 jobs. In general, I told that we were touching to 400 million patients. But if you extend the impact, we're touching to 1.4 billion people globally. So these are the SDG inhibitors that we have outlined for. I'm not going to go one by one to each of them, but VeriSum has a huge impact mainly in good health and well-being, reducing inequalities, gender equality, and partnerships for the good. So finally, what if we had a better future?
1 minute left.
So with VeriSum's hospital integrations, we're going to screen all the patients, so that we're going to help people live 1.4 fulfilling lives. And finally, I would like to say that actually rare disease or us, we are not so rare when we are all united. Thank you.
Thank you, Egemen. Judges, do we have any questions for Egemen? Okay,
Hi, Egemen. Thank you very much. Great presentation. Very short question about the model. If the model suggests a rare disease candidate, and that turns out to be wrong, and the doctor acts on it, who carries the liability, and how you prove the
amazing question. So this is one of the. So first, we always leave the last decision to the doctor. And with VeriSum, we have a certain, let's say, risk flagging, but we can never sure of a disease. So for example, we give the top 10 relevant rare diseases to the physician, and they do the enzyme test and the genetic test before moving on to the treatment. Our most important responsibility to create the first suspicion, and then it is the doctor's responsibility, hence the hospitals.
Because it's actually in connection with the ISO 13485 dossier. The proving the model is fit for purpose and has a kind of a decision class for specific rare diseases. That's why I was asking.
Yeah, we already have the ISO 13485 certification, and so we're moving on with the CE mark class 2A in Europe, and in FDA. Hopefully, we're going to move towards the 510 OK pathway for the legislative and regulations.
Okay, the higher stage of compliance.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And what I would like to involve one more thing, and that is also one of the reasons why we don't open the sum for public. So we don't want people to just go and drop their data on our platform and say that, oh, we have a rare disease. No, it is only for healthcare professionals use.
Thank you very much.
Great. Any other questions? I think we have time for one more.
I can ask again. Just use the time efficiently, but if any other judge. So thank you for the nice talks. I think this rare disease, by definition, the entries on the data points N is just rare. So you have a data sparsity problem. So how do you solve this problem in the context of synthetic data generation, or such a kind of how to say, like an accurate diagnosis, which you mentioned that you have this LM medical side, but in principle, just the entry of these rare entries is in the context of the statistics just limited. So how do you resolve this problem?
So we trained, for example, we did fine-tune our models with all the available public data. For some diseases, there is more data. Some diseases, there is not enough data. And for scientific data creation, I mean, our chief AI officer is telling me that like the minimum number is 20, and then 50 is better, and 100 is better. So what we do is that we work with those data available, and we are integrating all the global databases like OMIM, Orphanet, HPO, so that we have more data that we can bundle in our platform. And last one, I'm sorry. By the end of this year, we're signing a very big agreement, and we're going to be able to train our model with more than 7 million patient data. So just for your information.
Okay, thank you.
Maybe another minute for a quick question, if you have any. Just. Thank you again, ma'am, for this presentation. And for the last presentation of the day, presenting Smart City and Partners, the stage is yours. 10 minutes.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Tekin. I'm a doctor of science, specialized in AI product architecture and full stack programming. I will present you our AI solutions, but before that, first, I would like to start with some facts and numbers. So according to the insurance company report, Munich and Aon, there are $260 billion economic loss due to the global disasters and natural disasters happening all around the world. And worse, there's 390 million hectares are burned to ashes, and 8,000 plus lives has been lost, and uncountable amount of animal and other creature lives also. So we asked the critical question here: could these losses have been prevented? As Smart City and Partners, we brand on Ion Blue. We are a deep tech SAS platform. We utilize satellites data and we turn them into an actionable decision support systems. And how we do it is this is an illustration of our outputs, our product's output. For example, we create fire alert systems 10 days beforehand. We predict the wildfires with different type of like confidence scores and actionable outputs. And also we predict the heavy rainfall and warn the authorities about possible floods. Also, our recent project is HeliGuard AI is helping the pilots to land on or accomplish their missions in case of any bad weather results happening and they cannot see. And how do we do it? This is a workflow of our business and like we collect data from the different satellites. So the issue with this Earth observation is every satellite is specialized in different type of data. For example, the Sentinel, some use some can see through the like clouds, and the other can see like other send the optical images, and some measure the air pollution. And we combine all these different type of datas into we feed our machine learning and machine learning models algorithms with these data, and then create a human readable outcome through AI, generative AI, and we create action outputs. And how customers utilized our services. For example, one can be a tailor-made report for domain-specific purposes, periodically or one time, and the other can be a subscription-based, and we provide instant insights there, and they can also utilize the API integration. So meaning, for example, a municipality would like to create an app, and they can utilize our services to inform the citizens accordingly. We are proud about our 4 flagship projects. One is utility and wildfire. So in this project, we intend to predict the wildfires in the electricity utilities, and the other was a creation of a national desertification map, and one other is the water overuse intelligence. And the last one by United Nations Ops is we integrated the small model from a Marmara. As you may remember, there was a mucilage problem back then, and we train our models accordingly, and then we plan to integrate to the Black Sea wide. So it's a bigger coastal region to that. And in our internal assessments, unfortunately, we had foreseen some of our disasters to 2024 Ankara flood and the mining accident happening and some wildfires and Doro. Our platform is tailored for structure and aqua risk, meaning the insurance companies can utilize to price adjust their prices accordingly, utility facilities, and agriculture. Our market competition lays on, so we have lots of competitors, but we differ ourselves, being we don't just monitor, like we don't just show the data, but we sell the decision with that. So as being the Earth observation value is $700 billion, meaning the companies like us and the other bigger companies, the global space economy, NASA and SpaceX, etc., they have this $1.8 trillion economy that we can indirectly reach out. And we are validated on the global stage. We are in the accelerator program in Define in Finland, which I led, and We also we've been in the top 10 finalists in the NATO Innovation Fund. We are strategic deep tech partner in Business Finland and Black Sea project in United Nations. We are aimed to raise 1 million euros of SAFE, which we would like to use it to accelerate our go-to-market strategy and scale our technology. Yeah, in 2026 milestones, we aim to gain 1.2 million euro revenue in major EU project deployed. And as I'm going to repeat myself, but we're going to use that money to expand our operations globally. Since we begin this journey from 2021 until 2025, we grew 17 times in the revenue and meaning like a 226% increase in the revenue. Our team, our founder is experienced in space and energy sector. We had a great marketing manager, and of course, experienced team, engineering team, which are great at converting ideas into the real products. And we are partners with academy and other organizations, as you can see from the pictures. So we can ask, this illustrates to the future reflection of if we choose the blindness, ignore the data and the satellite, we will stay in the blindness and everything will be surprise for us mostly. And if we choose to go in the path to listen what Earth says, then hopefully we will be aware of what is going to happen next. And we're not just like a business company. We got a philosophy we rely on. And this is a book of our founder, The Voice of Atlas. Is the main idea of the book is listen the world, what it says to you. It has patterns, of course. It has physical. It has physics inside, chemistry and everything. So we hope to at least become that voice at some point. Thank you all for listening.
Thank you, Tekin, for this presentation. Judges,
Thank you for hosting. Thanks.
do you have any questions?
If not, I may.
Please.
Okay, thank you very much for the presentation. I have a question about the diversity issue. Your platform spans 5 very different verticals, and with 1 million euros in funding, which vertical will you prioritize for go-to-market? And how will you avoid spreading too thin across the other diverse use cases?
Yeah, our platform is creating services based on the intention of our customers. So it requires, it is not like a one business B2C or direct platform that everybody can use. So we focus on the project wide. And that's why as long as we have enough resources, so we can hopefully make it feasible enough to reach out all the because in the end it is utilizing different type of data from different satellites and also being experienced in machine learning and data science and creating human readable outputs.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I can ask a question, Meltem, if I may.
Sure.
I take in. So thank you for the talk. I think it looks very technological. I would say I think I'm impressed. But what I want to understand that you really getting a lot of data from the satellites.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe that that's not an issue, but first might have latency because it's a large scale of data, and then this is a high resolution data. Plus, it may also looks a bit costly. So how you do really deal with these two topics of the latency and then the cost management?
Yeah, thank you for the question. The latency, it was like recently flagged, by the way, in one of our projects. So we can maybe project the past data and then act accordingly if there is any latency in the. But it depends pretty much on the project. Some of the projects they don't depend on real-time data that much. So 3-4 days latency is quite okay, and as you said, costly. I would say the for example in Finnish satellite company ISI, they are very costly because their technologies state of art, and they provide lots of information that we can use. But we mainly also utilize open source data and the data set, so keep the prices optimum. But again, it will pretty much depend on the projects.
Thank you.
Thank you for the question.
Have any other questions? Guess not. So again, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thanks for hosting. Bye.
And with that, we have arrived to the end of the pitching section. Thank you all for your outstanding presentations. Our judges will now discuss in a separate room to select the startup that will represent Türkiye, the AI for Good Global Summit. While our judges are away, I would love to take this time to engage with our finalists. So let's see you. Our judges can go to the link in the chat. Amazing. So I would like to have a quick word with our startups, entrepreneurs, while they are here. Anyone? Dia, Ahmed, Sultan. Our judges, would you please kindly go to the link at the chat to be directed to another. Do you have the link? Anyway, we also have the link, please.
I completed my scores. Didn't you see that?
You have to go into the breakout room for a small discussion with the other judges.
After the breakout. Okay, sorry. I
Yes.
just missed that. This link. Okay.
Thank you. Now I only see Ahmed here. Ahmed, would you care to join me? A small discussion. Now Egemen is to join me as well. You put your cameras on and we can have a small talk. Yeah, Egemen.
Sorry, yes. I'm sorry. I'm in the conference. Can you hear me?
I do have a few questions to ask our entrepreneurs, but I only see you right now here. Would you like to go for it?
Of course.
You have shared the story of your company in your presentation. But I also wonder what drives your passion? Drives your passion to tackle these challenges, keeps you motivated.
Oh, yeah, and I think it's a great question. You know, we were all like corporate. I was like, I had a desktop job, and after I think I came to a level of job satisfaction in corporate life, I started to look for meaning. And I will give one more fun fact is that I started opening restaurants. So I have 3 restaurants, and 2 of them are vegetarian. There's also, I can call them like impact startups because 2 of my restaurants in Barcelona are sustainability focused, hence vegetarian. And then I joined Özge and Çağatay 2.5 years ago in a consulting job. You know, they were giving consultancy for startups. And then we just found like with this development of LLMs, back this idea. So, okay, we can do something really more meaningful, just like cutting avocados in a vegetarian restaurant. And we started that, and every day I'm very proud to say that really I wake up like, yeah, I want to work. It is like a different level of satisfaction. So I would recommend for everyone to find a passion like this.
That's a great cause and great to hear. Hopefully we will all have that passion to pursue something that will benefit society.
Come and join us.
Thank you so much. And maybe the other startups and also share their motivations. Anyone? Yeah, Hassan, Ahmed, care to join this session?
Sure. The main motivation behind us is actually I started in the working in the field of the agriculture technologies at the end of my last year of the university with a project, and I'm a part-time project officer actually under the project, directly focus on the increase the efficiency and the adoption of the small and medium-sized farms to do new technologies, etc. But after then, the project is a crowded project. Lots of institutions, companies is located under the project, but because of some reasons, the project is not approved by the ministry, and then all of these actors are focused on their own jobs. So then in 2011, we directly registered for a project and then approved by the TÜBİTAK in Turkey to start this, to create these technologies for the farmers. But then we face lots of problems in the field that it's not easy to implement in the field. It's okay that you can manage, or you can think that you can solve all the problems from the desk works, but then every year we just face with different problem, and different problem. And but the end of this nearly about 15 years now, we just understand all the processes and progresses in the farm. And so with the last 5 years, which is the exactly born of the Farm Labs, we directly focus on the technologies that we can implement and disseminate in the field. So you can manage all platforms, all class systems. Also, you can use lots of artificial intelligence tools as well to create some solution for the farmers. But at that point, these are the farmers. They are nearly about over 15 years old, 50 years old guys, and they are not directly willing to adapt a new technique as well. So we just locate our solutions and core products and our focus on these parameters, and then we just create something and can have a location in the field or can have a position in the field with current products. So before these products, we just tried nearly about over 10 different projects to imply in the agriculture production. We cannot able to succeed to implement these methods in the field. But within the last 5 years, we just blockade our solutions to create how can I say, to create a field practical solution. And now I think we just start with a succeed, but on coming terms, we are going to see the results and the oncoming issues and problems as well.
Yes, I guess you're right. I guess you have to do the field work first to be able to really meet the problem. Real life experiences shape the problem, and you're not able to see those experiences on your desktop, unfortunately. So the field work experience is the entrepreneur, really the backbone of the startup, let's say. And if it's about an impact, I think it's even more required to do so. So that's great to hear from your side as well. Thank you, Hakan.
Yeah, thank you too. One more thing there. Yeah, in the global scale, always we are the governments and all the policy makers and the large scale holdings and as well. All they are just focusing on the impact, but in the bottom side, if you are not gonna show them or supply them a practical solution, an accessible solution, nobody cares about the carbon footprints, nitrite, soil nitration issues as well. But if you are able to make the implementation in the field level with a success implementation, you are able to talk about the further details. I think for us, we are just now ready for talking about these issues, the life cycle impact assessment issues, decreasing the carbon footprint or decreasing the nitrification in the soil, because last 3 or 5 years we just talk about how we can directly integrate with our solution with a simple farmer in any of the region. But for now, our solutions are nearly about running in 15 different districts in Turkey from east to west. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I think you have a question, but
yeah, Meltem, I think Dicle Hoca is in the waiting room, but
Rob and Yem, to please help us with that, please. Thank you, Hassan, for sharing your experience. It is one of the important things to think about the usability of the product that we offer to customers or the users. Field work is one thing, but usability tests or user experience is another for sure. They are the ones who are going to use the products or solutions and employ it, and maybe the word of mouth is even bigger thing between the farmers. So I can only think. Any other startups who are willing to join the conversation? I have some other questions for you as well. If you could share one piece of advice with the other entrepreneurs who are working on the AI for good, what would it be? I would like to answer that question. Maybe Yin or Ahmed or Julia can also hear voices as well. Not Hassan and Pekin. Okay.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah. AI for good, for our perspective, I can say, really like these natural disasters, either also like there's a human factor, which is hardly to measure, but to avoid at some point all of these disasters and then create a better world in terms of like a natural the natural balance. I think it will be a good use for AI. Yeah, in our company's perspective. But I also like appreciate a lot the other startups, how they try to handle these problems to utilize the AI for good, because it's there are tough problems and they're trying to grab it from the roots. And I really appreciate all. Thanks.
A lot of SDGs that have pressing issues, and we have a lot of different startups who work on these pressing issues, and it's always good to hear from them. But welcome back, judges. It seems like a decision has been made. Emre, would you do the honor of announcing the winner of AI Good Innovation Factor Türkiye? The second year, please.
Yeah, and I think the second time, and it's an honor for me to actually give information about our winners. But of course, I'm going to take some time to create excitement for everyone. As usual, let's say, okay, first of all, thank you for all of the assistant juries for their support for our program, and of course, ITU for the collaboration between Akbank LAB. And let's say it's not easy to select any startup today, but of course, we should have a selection. But I think it's a great Demo Day and Innovation Factor Turkey chapter as the second year. And I think we have moved a little bit far compared to last year. We are learning and our startups learning, and we have seen good startups again this year. And I have a message for them. Actually, you have shown us that AI is most powerful when it has a purpose. Whether you move on to the grand finale and in AI for Good Summit this July, or whether you continue your journey here, your work is essential to our shared future. So you are the AI generation, and actually you will determine if these tools serve humanity or merely optimize the status quo. So I should mention that if it's going to be regenerative or not. But today, of course, we must celebrate one team as whose solution stood out today, and a solution that deeply resonated with our shared mission of advancing AI for good. So I promise that that's the last part that I will take time. So, okay. And with great excitement, I announced that the winner of the AI for Good Innovation Factory Türkiye is Reysam. Congratulations. And congratulations to all of our startups.
Congratulations to the winning team.
Yeah, it's an honor. Thanks a lot.
Before we
Can I say
conclude,
something?
yeah, sure, go ahead, please.
No, it's very important. So far it's been like a tough 2.5 years, and getting recognized by people like you is always an honor, and it also motivates us to keep going on. And tomorrow I'll be pitching in DMEA Awards as well. I hope we're going to get that as well as the best health tech startup of Europe. And we will be happy to represent Turkey for Good initiative in Switzerland in July. Thanks a lot for your support.
One award at a time, Egemen, but congratulations, and we wish you the best of luck tomorrow as well.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Before we conclude, I would like to thank all of our participants for their hard work and courage in joining this remarkable program. Your dedication and innovation are the driving forces behind Turkey's growing AI ecosystem. So a heartfelt thank you to our judges and mentors for sharing their time, insights, and expertise. To ITU, we are grateful for your continued trust and collaboration. We believe the winning team will represent Turkey with excellence at the grand finale in Geneva. And on behalf of Refi Turkey program, thank you all, and we look forward to seeing you in Geneva.
Thank you very much, Meltem. Thank you, Osman. And I would like to give a few words from the ITU side. So again, congratulations to RareSam for this incredible victory. I would like to echo the words from Osman. AI makes sense when it has a common purpose, that it's the one that is serving humanity. And we are the AI generation, so we have like really an opportunity here to really ensure that AI help support solving global challenges. And the Innovation Factory is really, its core mission is like really support entrepreneurs from all around the world and here today in Turkey, scale their solutions for global impact and accelerate progress towards solving those global challenges. So again, thanks to Akbank LAB to make this happen and like really to ensure that young entrepreneurs from Turkey are well represented and they have opportunities to shine on a global stage. So we're going to be in contact with you, Meltem, and colleagues and the winners for the Geneva grand finale. And we look forward to continuing our collaboration. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
very much.
Have a good night.
Bye bye.